But
Yeah.
at some point you have to say. And I would.
All right, so I'm gonna go over. Do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you all for coming. Before we start, I would like to thank Amy for all her hard work for the 250 committee's reenactment of the Boston Tea Party.
Thank you.
The beach house, I thought looked great. It was really nice. So thank you for all that.
Yeah, and there were a lot of other volunteers too, just.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure
You did a lot of work.
Yeah, but it was a group effort, but yes, Bev and I worked really hard to
Yeah.
get that place together, yeah.
It was very nice, very
Mhm.
good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, first thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the April 14th regular meeting. Did everybody get a chance to review those? Are there any corrections or discussion about anything? Is there a motion to accept those minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, well, this is a good one. Discussion of the Bass Lake Campground electric.
Okay, so. Well, here we are. Back in May or April, I'm sorry. Donnie helped me get back a hold of United Consulting, and so they came back out to do another quote for an RFP. And then, what's the guy from Culver's name? A guy, Kevin, he's the town manager, but he's also an electrical engineer. He came out and he is going to give us a quote for an RFP. I called Lee Nagy. He may be able to give us a quote, but I haven't heard back from him yet. And so we at least have these two quotes to go with, but
So we're trying to get that ready for the next meeting?
yeah, so we will have prices and things, but we're there's a little bit of an issue because United Consulting, their price is going to be different because they are going to be submitting schematics, bid packages for contractors. What was all the things?
The whole, they're gonna do a schematic over the whole park, they'll know where every place goes, each electric. Where you added 3 or 4, I think,
Mhm.
do you remember, Tom?
Right, there were, I think there were 4, and then they wanted to make sure that if we ever do extend it out to that tent area to do cabins or whatever,
Mhm.
that we have a stub there to be able to run off of. So they were gonna do that schematics, and they said it was cheaper for the people to bid on it.
Yeah, the people, and I called a couple electricians just to see, to make sure for you guys.
Right.
The electrician said they would bid cheaper because the work's gonna be started for them. The layout's gonna be there.
Right.
Kevin said he'll write Amy an RFP, but it's just an RFP period. He's gonna tell people what to use and where to go with it. But it's not gonna be no schematic.
Schematics,
But
right,
he said he don't even know if he wanted to finish it. It was up to you guys.
right.
He's willing to do it, and turn it in, and then same deal would be a price for it, but I talked to Tom and Amy. I'm not so sure we even really want that. If it's gonna save money going through the United, just cause it's
Right.
gonna be laid out.
Right.
And everybody's got to bid the same. There's no,
And I think somebody had mentioned, I don't know if it was you, somebody had brought up the idea, it might not be a bad idea to go to CVC and see if we can get them to pay for part of that,
Well.
or is that an option?
Maybe.
Maybe, I mean, at least try.
Yeah,
So I think, so if we can reduce some of the
yeah.
cost of the overall, we don't know what's gonna be this year.
I will at
Everyone
least
is
try. I will
At
try.
least try.
if they give you anything, it'd be
Yeah.
better than nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe if they'll just cover the RFP.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful, and I will
Right.
try.
Just to show the council you guys are working towards something else instead of
Right.
just using that. And you
Right.
should have enough anyhow. Thanks.
Right.
And we would really be a lot further along if had we not got stopped last year, so I mean.
Oh, yeah.
But so by next meeting, we'll have the price for those 2 RFPs. I don't know how to put together a bid packet for an electrician. I don't know a lot of those things, and really seems to be only one company that is able to do that for us.
Well, not only that, because I think Justin, the lawyer, basically suggested, this is gonna be a cost of over, whatever it is, it's way more than what, you need to have the formal bid packages to be able to bring in bids and open
It'll
them up
have
in
to
the
be
public.
still bid.
Sealed bids, right, so you have to go through that whole formal process, and that sounds like it might be the best, but we'll see next month, so.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring the RFP bids to you guys next month and we can go from there. And then once we do that, then I can let the commissioners know, once you guys decide what we're gonna do, I'll go to the commissioners in June. And then we can, because that's what you guys want, right? For me to let you know.
Will CBC be, meeting me before ours?
No, I don't think so. I'll try to find out though. I'll talk to you about that.
All right.
Well, you guys have two meetings in June, right?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Uh,
The second one, maybe.
Maybe we had a second.
So you guys at least have an idea if they're gonna help you.
Help us
I
out.
would think, if they
We
bring,
might know
CBC to bring in tourism.
tourism,
Yeah.
and that's
Make it no
what,
better than what Amy's doing out there.
right?
Hopefully,
Well, you
they'll
shut-
give you guys something. I asked Amy to ask for 100 plus the RFP,
Mhm.
but that's quite a bit, but we wouldn't get anything.
Just taking a look at the turnout for that tea party is telling you that that's gonna be a draw, so.
And that's what I told Amy, I think it's because she's out there now and people know, she's turning it around.
Yeah.
Them two events that she's already had, most I've seen at that beach in years.
Right.
Mhm. People wanna be there.
And the weather wasn't even that good.
Right.
At least it's not raining.
True.
I did have a question, is the target date still the fall? At
That
this
is-
point,
Hope, yes, that is the
Okay.
target date, yes.
just
To
clarification.
be able to start doing electric?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think, as long as funding and all the guys.
Yeah, you know, I get that, I'm just trying to, for everybody to understand that.
We'd like to get it done before next season,
Yeah.
if we
Yep.
can.
Yeah, we definitely.
Absolutely.
All right,
Okay,
discussion of the pavilion and other rental costs at the Bass Lake Beach.
so we kind of talked about some of this last time and we didn't really decide on anything, so. I went ahead, we are retaining the nightly RV camping because it was kind of too late, I've already gone for it, and honestly, I looked at other campgrounds and. That is pretty on par with what everybody else, $50 a night, 55 for holiday for RV. And then the tents, 25 without electric, 30 with electric. Hopefully, we won't even have a tent section next year. It can all be RVs now, or in a few years, it won't be next year. So the beach gate fees, we're probably going to stay, we just talked about staying the same on all of that. We kind of stopped on season beach passes. So since the meeting, some people are asking on Facebook, so I needed to make a decision. So I decided to make the resident passes $60. And then the non-resident can be, I don't know, 80. Nobody bought any of those last year, but we are going to put them on sale for 1 week. I figure from the 22nd of May to the 31st of May, that's a week and a half, where they'd be $10 off, $50 a pass.
And when you're saying resident, that's.
Stark County resident, yes, sorry. So
Resident, you're saying Stark County, but if I were to show you my driver's license, it's Illinois, but I own a home. here.
yeah,
So I'm
I-
considered a resident?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody.
Because a lot of people like that. That's what
Sure.
I'm asking.
Yeah, I would, yeah, definitely. And there's not a whole lot of ways. I just have to trust them and I will. Everybody was honest last year and it went pretty good. And a lot of people are asking. So Otis is closed now, which is terrible for our community because it's kind of hard to get anything printed. So Bowen Printing is printing our stuff because Simon Speed Shop doesn't do paper. Shelley's gonna do our shirts and other signs, but Bowen Printing is doing, and I still don't have the beach passes, but I've been calling them. So they said they'll be done by the end of the week.
Okay.
So everything, pier, slip thing, everything's supposed to be done by the end of the week, so then I can go ahead and start advertising, but I've had multiple people reach out to me through email, text, on Facebook about the passes, so people are excited for.
So
get a little
when we
break.
sell those, will we keep account of the resident versus?
Yeah, there are no non-residents bought any, none.
Okay, with all residents.
And then the other thing that has come up, and we talked about this a little bit last month, is that last year when I gave out the passes, because it's expensive, it's not cheap to print the thing, so I limited it to 50, and it caused a little bit of a ruckus where some people were upset that I was limiting how many we were giving out. So I called Justin Schramm, and Justin told me, I said, did I do something wrong? Am I supposed to, are we required to give one to everyone? And his advice was, don't give them at all. That it's, for one thing, it's just gonna cause, if it's just gonna cause trouble. And he said, this is your revenue stream. And we were $1,000 down from gate lash, and that's the only area we went down. And then, so I don't know quite how to handle this. I don't want the county employees to be upset. I could sell them for $25 maybe. Or maybe we could have like an employee day where we have a free day at the beach for all the employees. I don't know the right thing, but I don't think giving passes to everybody is necessarily the
What
right
if we do,
thing.
because had thought about the resident, but maybe since we were kind of down, I kind of backed off of that. Maybe we do a second Sunday of the month where it's free for employees or something. For June, July and August. I mean, it's just an idea to think about.
There's so many employees, how are they gonna prove their?
I know that is one thing, at my old job, we all had IDs, but we don't here have IDs.
Oh, they don't have ideas whether they're even an employee?
And your chance of the weather one day a month.
Sure, no, and then pick the second Sunday because you avoid all the holidays.
Just really bad in the office.
That'd get ruined. If we have like 250.
We'd almost have to plan a day. I almost think it'd have to be a whole day
That would work too.
and have like maybe some vendors, a bounce house. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know what.
Well, we
what
got
they
the rest of
can
the
write.
summer to think about that one. Maybe we could do
Okay.
something like
So in the
August or
meantime,
September for that.
the people asking for a pass, what do I do? Or should I sell them for $20? Should I?
You didn't charge them at all last year?
Mm-mm. Should I give out
I give
maybe
them-
10 as a
Half
wrap?
price?
50, but, and I never really, I was there all the time and I did not see any of my coworkers. I mean, I'm sure there were people there.
If you put a price on it, whether they're actually gonna use it.
Right there.
So maybe half price, I don't know.
I was gonna say $25 is.
And even 20, because that would make it easier for collecting.
heck for a
Yeah.
for all year.
They go 3 times and pay for itself.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would go for 25, I think, if everybody's okay with that.
I'm fine with
If
that.
you guys cut it back this year, you cut it back and sell them, it's a good thing, and then at the end of this year, maybe you'll find out actually how many
Yeah.
employees came in, so you know whether you actually have to do something past wise.
Right.
Nobody's coming in,
Well, we'll know by how many we sell, I would think.
that's what I mean,
Yeah.
you'll know after this year
Yeah.
what you have to do for next
A
year.
good test here.
Maybe have those employee ones that you're gonna sell them, make them a different color. So you
Right.
know who's coming in.
Or Sharpie on them, something, just
Yeah,
mark 'em
okay.
somehow.
Okay, but some of those people just pull up and they hold their pants up at the car and
I know, but-
keep on going. It's
yeah.
not like they stop and.
I won't be able to get it.
If to tell you the truth, whether they come or not, if you're selling it and they're paying for it.
Right,
I think
It doesn't matter.
That's enough knowledge right there, I think, that
yeah,
they've at least paid for it.
okay. So I'll get on that. And, okay, so, the pavilions, we're gonna keep the same?
Say we keep it the same, if it's a little higher than even
Yeah.
Knox, right? So I'd say stay the
Yeah.
same for this year.
Okay. Kayaks, so I put, the waiver of liability, I just gave you this just in case you guys wanted to check it out. We really haven't updated it in a long time and there's no price on here or anything, so I could always add that.
Just
No.
for them running the kayaks at the.
Yeah. Beth's point is that if you're trying to be a family of 4 and you have young kids who've never really kayaked before, that's $40 an hour. So that is kind of expensive. I don't know if we could do like a family rate or if we should just switch to $20 for half a day. I don't.
But if you did both. $10 for an hour or $20 for half a day,
Or $30 a half a day.
$30, give them the choice. Some people just wanna go out and try it, and I'm done.
Yeah.
And we didn't really rent much out last year, right?
Last year not, but before that,
But
they,
now, this is another test year to me.
Yeah.
We didn't have them last year because the building.
yeah,
That's what I'm
we never
saying.
got them up.
But the year
So this-
before, there's sometimes that all of them went out.
Went out, yeah.
I think we have 9 of them. They were all out.
Well, we'll get a good gauge on it this year, then, I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay, and so with the beach house open, so many people asked me if we were renting it out. I mean, even just as we were cleaning it up, someone came and said, can I rent this for June? It was like early in June. I was like, not yet, hold on. But there's gonna be a lot of interest for that. So I'm not really prepared right now to even say how we do that. I did get a few contact numbers of people who are in positions where they rent out buildings, like community buildings. So maybe I can try to find out from them how to, I don't even know.
I can get you a copy of the contract we used to rent our building.
Okay, that will help.
I'll get it, email to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna think about that one. Cause we're gonna operate that building, right?
Mhm.
And we're gonna have snacks and
Yeah.
that type
Yeah.
of thing.
Concessions.
What happens if we rent it out?
Right, so I was kind of thinking there is a way to to use the bathrooms from the sides of the building, maybe hang a curtain over the, the beach, the entryways there, so people couldn't really look in the party, and just put a sign, party in process, don't go into that main room or
The
whatever.
concession has an outdoor.
Yeah, and then we can do everything from the exterior, but I don't know.
Bathrooms in the concession.
Yeah, maybe let's get some experience with.
Well, that's kind of what we-
First,
We are going to practice, we have a couple things
yeah,
that we're gonna practice with in June. I think renting it in the evening will be easy. It's during the day and, just kind of figuring out how we do we wanna make?
if it's even during the week,
Yeah,
like a Monday through Thursday or something, might be some week.
well, the bathrooms will still be open for the beach, though.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Let's get the
it's tricky,
experience
but
first.
everybody's already asking.
Really?
Mhm.
I've had multiple inquiries, like probably 10.
They probably
Man,
want.
what are they wanting to rent?
Birthday parties, graduation parties,
Wedding showers.
someone asked about a baby shower.
So are we supplying, like we did?
We'd had tables and chairs
tables
and
and
they can,
chairs?
And how many did the tables and chairs seat?
we had 8 of those round tables and there were 48 is what we can seat in there.
Right,
What's
that's
the
not a
fire
real.
code?
With
Is there a
what?
fire code on the building?
Well, that's a good question.
It's done by square
You're gonna need it.
footage. I can get the formula for you, cause we figured that out too.
Okay,
We had to figure it out.
Usually your local fire.
Yeah, you just
sign off
call
on that. too.
Bass Lake Fire
Okay.
Department, they should be able to tell them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a quick food for thought, some kind of rate schedule you guys are gonna have to come up with for your parties. And then, how's your funding, your rental fund that you're getting now, where does that go? Is it gonna go into your general fund or are you gonna establish a separate account for it? Those are things that you
Mhm.
should probably investigate, so when it does get rolling, you put it in the
yeah,
right
because
place.
which side, yeah, I mean, yeah. that's-
Well, and now's really the time to think about it, to where if we do want additional line items in our budget to go into a specific place, we need to do it before the budget hearing times and
Mhm.
let the auditor know that we want new line items, I guess, right?
I'd probably just put the money into the beach side, that would be easy, but we need some.
Yeah,
there's
so you
strings
can
to be
justify,
answered.
if you need to buy the tables, you take it out of the rental fund,
Yeah.
right, out of the general fund.
Yep,
Just to let you know, the Bass Lake Fire Department won't do anything about occupancy.
okay.
We tried,
We went to the state, got the formula and did it.
yeah, we talked to the chief and they don't do any of that. We did it for the property owner
Property
building,
building,
yeah. They kind of looked at us like, what do you mean?
And then weirdly, we did have someone reach out, call and ask about, do we have rules about fires at the beach? And, and so we got back with them and we said, well, actually we do. And told them the rules and then said like all fire pits would have to be rented from us. So I think people are gonna actually rent the fire pits. I didn't even advertise that, someone asked. So we got all those fire pits from the s'mores thing.
Let's step into it slow.
I know, it's like,
That's what I-
I know,
Get the experience first. see
Yeah.
how It's being used and whether there will be conflicts, because we don't have any experience to go off of.
right,
It hasn't been used for so long.
so.
Nice to have these problems this year.
It is nice, yeah.
Luke, the IT guy, he is working on us a website where to rent the campground spots. And him and I kind of talked about, he might be able to put some of this on the website too. He's kind of doing that just on his own for fun. So, and sneaking it in when he can. So I'll probably meet with him later in the week.
I would say if you can
Exciting.
work in the pavilion, renting
Yeah.
those with the campsite
Yeah.
as well, that would.
That'd be helpful. We already have several pavilions rented for the summer. Okay. That's that.
So quick question for that, just to refresh everybody's memory, the pavilion for the campground or somebody that's in the campground is $100 or
No.
50 or? What was the rate on that? So if we wanted to rent it for a function,
I think the one time is free.
one time it's free and then after that it's
$100.
$100. And that's the one with the electric.
They both have electric.
They hopefully will, well, the one actually needs fixed right now, but it
That's
did
okay.
work, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, the pavilion does work, oh, awesome.
Fixed it for the tea party.
Yeah, the whole south side electric wasn't working Saturday morning. Rick Green came out on his own on a Saturday, Bev's husband and Jimmy worked on the electric for 4 hours Saturday morning,
Thank you.
yeah.
I was gonna say that's a percentage if they're for.
Yeah. Yeah.
I carry over from last year, actually.
Just so you know.
So do we need to decide what we're gonna charge for, are we gonna rent out the beach house?
Let's talk about it next month after we have those few parties, but
Okay.
I think we should.
Okay,
I think we're gonna make a lot of money.
all
I
right,
think so too.
Mhm.
okay.
And I think like you're suggesting of the evening events is be a little more.
You may get a wedding on the
Place to
beach,
start,
then
yeah.
a
Yeah.
little reception in there for.
Yeah, like no rentals until 5 PM maybe. We can do it that. We'll see how it goes the first couple we're gonna do and
Yeah. And I'm a little concerned about alcohol.
yeah.
Okay.
But hey, there's plenty of alcohol that goes through there. The cops don't, they're like,
Yeah.
as long as nobody starts fighting or anything.
Well, yeah,
Well, we have rules on that too, right?
Kind of bring your own little cooler and stuff to.
How we don't prevent, yeah.
As long as you don't sell it or
Yeah.
anything like that, then you don't have to go through that list of
Mhm.
permitting, sheriff.
And I think if there was,
Beer garden too.
yeah, if there was
Yeah.
something like that, they had to get police
Yes,
presence
yeah.
and all. that
Yeah,
stuff.
like the luau, we had to do that for the,
Yeah.
and the ribbon cutting.
Yeah, so if I got real good experience in this, so what we do at our facility, I run a VFW. We make the leasee apply for a temporary beer and wine permit. They can't get a spirits permit. And if that's a case, then you would have to, then there's other options that you can do with catering with establishments that have liquor. But I think it's a nominal cost. It's all online. It's all on the Alcohol Tobacco Commission website. And it's only done online.
So
So.
they do it, not you guys.
Yes, so they just
Mm.
need a map of the facility, so there's
Yeah.
somebody that needs to do a little drawing and that kind
Right.
of thing. And usually they turn it around within a week.
Is that the state of Indiana? Or
They
is
got-
that the state of Indiana or is
Yes.
it county? No.
Yeah,
Cause that's
they
what
just
I
need
did
that.
at West Stark County too.
So part of that process is though, they have to go to the local department and get a certification that that's happening and they sign off on it. And that's part of the packet that gets scanned in
To
and sent to
state.
them. So.
Do they have to have a bartender?
Depending on the facility, so it's their permit. So the other side of that is if they do the permit, they're gonna have to have somebody that's licensed also.
If you're selling it, you have to have a bartender, you have to have an officer on. But if you're doing it for like your own parties,
And I think the other thing that's gonna limit our space is just the size of the facility. I mean, we can only, it's not like it's a big building like ours to where you can have a couple hundred people or 100 some people. This is limited to 50 probably. So,
Okay, I want one more thing about the building. My wife keeps talking about when she was a teenager, she lived out there in the summer and they had a jukebox. Is there any
We've been
chance we
talking
could
about
get a jukebox?
So I was talking about that too. I mean,
They're very expensive.
I'm sure they are.
Cause we just sold one. It was hard to sell it.
the
And
problem is with it is they're so big and we only have such a small.
Yeah, but can't we get like a Wi-Fi one? That's
you can have a system
under
for it.
$500.
That's what I'm thinking. Why
It was over $500. I donate it.
Why don't we just get a PA system and then I have a boom box? We,
A suggestion back here.
Well, I got a facility and we do a local amusement company, our particular one, they come in, they'll put the installation in, ours have to be a touch tune, but there's USA Amusements that I know of from our area. They'll put the equipment in and then they split the commission with you, whatever they come in. Quarterly, monthly, however that looks for you, and then, you know, say you make $100, you get 50 of it, they take 50 of it, and they take the front end of it. And they also maintain the equipment, and Touch Tunes is Wi-Fi,
and
so
they come down.
they have the app on the phone and everything, excuse me?
They come down for the VFW. That's what VFW has that. That's what the Honey Hole has.
There's another vendor too, that's Touch Tunes, there's another vendor that's out there, but
You know, right where we could put it actually, now that I'm thinking of it.
it's maybe 3 foot by 4 foot, the older ones, I don't even know what the newer ones are.
Yeah.
All you need is a
It's
good
like the thing
internet
on the
connection,
wall.
so
Yeah.
if you're at the beach house, yeah, you'd be all right.
Spot.
And you can probably get any music you want there.
Yeah, and then, like I said, they have apps on your phone, you can
So
sit,
that's all.
literally, you can play something from here.
Songs.
Yeah, I think.
Maybe I will
Look
get us a
into that
jukebox.
if you would
Mhm.
like me.
Minimal investment, and then, you know, obviously you're gonna have the contract approved and everything.
People out there dancing and having fun, that's the whole point, so.
Okay, all
Okay,
right.
You realize, Dick, you're gonna have to go out there with your wife and dance.
No, that's all.
Only for just.
You don't want to see me dance. I can see it.
200 feet, huh?
I'll tell you after. Experience there too with the front step years.
Okay, I think we're to the superintendent.
yeah, it's a little long, but I'll try to go fast. So, for the Bass Lake Campground, we are booked up for Memorial Day, all camping booked. 4th of July is booked. Bass Lake Festival weekend is fully booked. There are a few tent sites for Memorial Day and Bass Lake Fest. We have 2 spots left for the luau, 3 left for Labor Day. I'm sure they'll get booked up. Right now, 42 weekends are booked as of now. 42 spots.
Very nice.
That's way ahead of where we were last year. The piers, we've got 87 pier spots full. 6 jet ski spots, and so we have 11 vacancies. We're working on it. So the beach officially opens Memorial Day weekend. We will have some basics in the concession stand. We will have music playing, even if it's not a jukebox, we'll get something going. Then the following weekend, May 30th, we're having a carry-in dinner and karaoke for the seasonal campground people. And so I'd love for you guys to come too. You're all invited. You're invited too, Donnie and Gary and Kathy. Okay, so, and these people can cook. I'm just going to tell you, they can cook. So the Bass Lake Tea Party was held May 9th. It was well attended. People really seemed to enjoy themselves. And now the beach house is cleaned and ready to go for Memorial Day. So we can just spend the time getting ready, doing the things we need to do. Starting June 6th, Just Breathe Holistic Wellness is going to be having yoga on the beach every Saturday morning. I just today booked on June 13th, Henderson Creations. It's a lady who comes and does the painting. She kind of brings the easels and the canvases and the paint and has something to look at and kind of teaches people to do a painting. And we're going to do that in the beach house, June 13th at 6. And I told her I'd like to open it to the seasonal campground first and like us, and then see what's left and open it to the public. And it is going to be a fundraiser. So we'll probably end up with maybe like $10 a person for that. So it could be good. So Arbor Day at the Stark County Forest was a success. 148 people signed the book for attendance, and many people were there for the first time. I was telling David, these 2 events was kind of like, we just needed to survive them. So Gwen took Arbor Day and kind of owned Arbor Day, and I took the Tea Party and kind of owned that one, and we made it happen. I promoted the World Environment Day at the Arbor Day event, and we actually sold 4 copies of the Sand County Almanac book.
Yeah.
Which is, yes,
Sold one.
yes, yeah. That book is an inspiration to Bruce, and he intends to speak about his connection to the book on June 5th at the World Environment Day event. And we'd also like to organize a book club type discussion for the end of the summer. And then Bruce also let me know that he wrote a book of short stories about his life, and you guys probably already know that, but it's getting published. So we will have a published author in our midst, and so I can't wait to throw some book signing author events. I already told Bruce he has to go along with it, and he said he would. So speaking of the forest, so a situation arose this week that I had to attend to. At some point last week, an unhoused person began camping at the forest and staying there. So he was there for a little under a week. I found out about it last Thursday. I started getting a lot of calls from neighbors and people who regularly go to the forest, and they also started calling the sheriff department. So by Friday evening, I talked to an officer. He had already talked to multiple people. He tagged the car and gave the guy 72 hours to leave and find someplace else to go. So over the course of the weekend, I talked to several officers. I checked on the forest a lot of times. So basically yesterday I talked to Officer Leonhardt, and he and I, talked about it for a while. He went out, I gave him the number for St. Vincent de Paul, which the Knox office. So hopefully he was able to get him maybe some help with some services. But that we let him know, that he can't just be hanging out there in the evening or during the day, because it's not safe for the community really. Oh, and he had a dog, and we have a lot of it's baby animal season. So for all of those reasons and more, he is gone now. But it does bring up the question, what we do in these situations. So I think that all of our properties probably need better signage, that they're closed at dusk, there is no camping, no overnight stays. And we could start there. I was already in the process of looking into the leave no trace signs. So I think we can put that up with them and just kind of, make it an understanding. You pick up after yourself and you leave when you're done. You don't get to live here.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to do the signage.
Yeah.
Start there.
So that's a first, and I don't know, I have a bad feeling it's not gonna be the last. But I did talk to Bruce about it a lot. I've talked to Bruce multiple times, and he's happy with the way I handled it. He's happy, that things are situated now, and he'll be back soon to go over that more with me. So that's where we're at with that.
Would you request the sheriff to occasionally drive through there?
Yeah, and I think that
They have to.
yes. And, I just think they are going to have to. But one thing I will say, in the course of talking to Bruce multiple times about this, he said that he is actually really happy to hear how the neighbors and the community were all protecting the forest and trying to protect it. He said, and I quote, he said, "That's really what I've been hoping for my whole career." So I know, I was like, that's great.
Good.
I think Bruce keeps a good eye on it when he's there. I think if Bruce is not there, we do need to have someone, because we've got a lot of valuable lumber there. too.
Sure. So Mark Crum is a avid bird watcher, amateur, bird watcher, whatever they're called. So he goes multiple times a week and hikes. And I talked to some of the neighbors, and a lot of them would love to be on a Friends of the Forest committee at some point, and I have a lot of numbers. And I think that you're right. We're just gonna have to band together to get it done through the winter.
How do we get the neighborhood watch started? It's cause that's kind of what you're talking about, but maybe on a smaller level.
It's all volunteers.
Right. So start small.
And the other good thing is Anthony Vanna, who mows out there now, he has taken a love to the forest and he goes out there quite a bit. So Anthony's kind of watching over it too. He cleaned up a lot this winter and did things just because he wanted to. And so that is helpful. The more people watching out for it, the better.
Very good.
Almost done. The department submitted a video application for a grant to the Hive Giving Circle, and we were chosen as one of the 5 finalists to get a grant out of 11 applications. It was a video application. I didn't want to do it, but I did. And the kids helped me, actually, 2 of the boys and me did the video. So it turned out really good. Lindy did the video. We go on May 20th to find out if we receive any of the grant money. We applied to support a teen board game night and coffee and conversation, which we're hoping to initiate this summer. Weekly things. Russell Heating and Cooling intends to start installing the furnaces mid next week. He got backed up a little bit. It kind of depends on weather, but he thinks it's not going to take too long. And then finally, last Wednesday, I went and talked to at an economic forum. Not my favorite thing to do is public speaking, but I did it. And actually, it was interesting. It was called LEDO. I don't know what the acronym stands for, but it was Porter County, Lake County, Jasper, Pulaski, and then one other maybe, but not Marshall, LaPorte, but maybe one other one too besides Jasper, somewhere around there. Newton, then Newton. So those counties, it was all about tourism and what we're doing at our county to promote tourism. So we had to go after Lake County, who was like a movie star. I was like, oh my gosh, we had no present. I just wrote it on paper. I didn't know what I was getting into. My mom said it was going to be like ladies her age. I just thought it was going to be like us sitting around a table. No, it was not. But I will tell you, I wish I had a PowerPoint to show what we have here, because I got through my presentation and Lindy said some things and those people were very impressed and they asked a lot of questions. Like, they were very supportive. So they were like blown away at all we have going on over here. So I was like, well, next time I'll bring up PowerPoint, I guess. So that happened this week. So good thing we're going in the right direction, I think. We talked about the kayak launches, a lot of questions about that. I told LaPorte County we're trying to get them in with us. So it was every time I go to these, I make more.
Beach being open and.
Oh, yeah.
It's there.
After last Saturday with the traffic, I'd like to know if we could get an exit sign put up on the exit gate. People are asking me, which one do we?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I have to get an entrance one too.
Or do not exit.
Or do not enter and exit, with something.
Because they have them, but they're those old wood, they're wood and
And the highway department, can they?
The highway department should have a 36 by 36, it should be plenty big for that, or even 24 by 24.
And I don't wanna speak for Rachel, but she's got a sign maker out there.
Okay,
If you don't need a ton, she might be able to help you out.
okay, I'll ask her. Okay. Okay. That's the end of my report.
Okay, very good.
We had a rumor, mooring buoys being put out and people being able to tie off to them and they charge a certain rate for them. Is there any truth to that? Where?
No.
And somewhere around the beach that they were gonna, you guys.
We have nothing.
Yeah, we've never talked about it as a
Okay,
board.
so it's a rumor. That's all I wanted to know.
They're thinking about the Bass Lake Fire Department's going to put.
They're putting a pier out there.
They're putting a pier sort of off to the side of the south piers. That
Okay,
they're going to only have we'll have a key, but it'll be locked, so people actually won't
Just
be
to the
able to
fireboat.
do that. There was someone that was doing that last year. I didn't know how to get them to stop, but
okay.
the way to get them to stop wasn't even my idea. It just worked out perfectly.
Okay, well, that was going around and we're like, what?
No,
And we ordered a meeting, we're here, and we never heard anything about it. All of a sudden this popped up and I was
just
like,
pier slips, that's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we've never discussed it at a board.
Anything
level.
else is unauthorized.
okay.
Okay. So all I have left is other business. Anyone have any other business? Yes.
This time.
Not for
I just didn't know, has that floor in the new clubhouse been sealed? Do you think we ought to seal it before it gets any dirty?
No,
No, because we can't
We're
get
not
it clean enough
comfortable in it.
yet. We have worked and worked and it's still dirty. I'm not gonna seal it until it's not dirty anymore.
And you're talking about having painting in there. and
Yeah,
All this other stuff.
we'll
That's gonna
protect
get
the floor though.
Marks down in the pores. That
What kind of?
it's a
Brick.
Brick.
It's gonna be a
Mortar joints.
nightmare.
We'll do our
You
best to
guys-
get it clean,
You guys have
but
done a heck of a
yeah.
job and it's really turned out.
I mean, it might be
Safer.
maybe in the middle of the summer we can get it done, but I don't wanna seal it so we can get it clean. It's still so dirty. Every time I mop it, it's filthy, just filthy.
Well, we spent hours buffing it with a big industrial buff. His were.
Yeah. So what happened, but I bet you we've worked a total between you and I and just us by 30, would you say 30 hours?
just like rubbing on our hands and knees and emptying.
Just good old,
Yeah, 'cause we were actually talking about before the meeting is kind of get through this season and then make a really good effort at the end of the season to get it.
do you
real
paperwork,
clean.
have to put something on the floor under the
I'd be more
table?
glad to help. You know,
Okay, well, if we can get the floor, it's not the ceiling's not the hard part, I know you would help do that, it's getting it clean, I don't know how we're ever gonna get it clean.
It looked pretty good though for the tea party, I have to say.
Yeah, but I can tell you, I was still sweeping, every time I swept, I was still getting sand and dirt. And so I went ahead and mopped it anyways, and it's just filthy.
We have been on our hands and knees scrubbing, emptying dirty water, like
Mhm.
doing a
Basically,
fill and emptying
Yeah.
dirty water.
We've got me and Bev have these like, they're like hard brushes. So brush, and then the other side's a squeegee it, and then suck it up with the shop vac. That's the most effective
Would-
thing we found, but it's just still so dirty.
would a power washer do it?
I'm afraid it would make
The
it
problem with
filthy in
that
there.
is the walls,
Yeah.
all of that is just kind of.
I mean,
Concrete cleaners that spray straight down. It's a disc about that big. You move it like a.
well, we actually rented one of
Well, you're always
them.
gonna have sand and dirt in there, you're not gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, but I don't want to paint, I don't want to seal over dirt.
Yeah, that's what they.
So we
wanted to
we
do.
remember us talking about that last fall? I said it was like Moncon Friends when we were spinning around. We had to call Tom.
Yeah, it was an effort.
It was,
Well, this is a pressure washer.
Yeah, this is,
Yeah, where's the job?
was that a pressure washer, just spray straight down for cleaning concrete and floors.
They do amazing jobs. They're not terribly expensive.
Rob has one out at the campground. He's done the sidewalks out there a couple times around.
So at least,
oh, now I know exactly what
You
you
hook
mean.
it up to a pressure washer and you.
maybe you could just ask him to try it to see if it will work
Yeah.
Right.
and see if it's even worth considering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe you will.
Good ask.
The whole trick to that whole thing, because I clean thousands of square feet, is the vacuum cleaner. And to suck it up. Don't try to brush it up with a mop. Suck it up, dump it out,
So we were
do it
doing.
again, over and over, 'cause this hasn't been done. I
Mhm.
mean.
I think I
That's
will,
exactly what
well, we
we're
talked
doing.
about bringing my Shark vacuum, because we've just been using
That's not
that.
what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a vacuum cleaner that's made for.
Oh, like an industrial.
A 55 gallon drum, you plug it in, it sucks the water into the drum, you hook a hose onto it, you run it out to wherever, you come back and do it again. That's the only way you're gonna get that clean.
Mhm. I think you're right,
And
because.
it's not gonna be easy because.
But Michigan Rental in Plymouth does not have it.
But it's not like there hasn't been any effort, there's been hundreds of hours put
Right.
onto that floor. And it is probably 10 times better than what it was. Than what it was before we opened it, so.
But yeah, we're not gonna seal it till we get it clean.
And I don't know what they rent for because we own our own,
Mhm.
you know, so. When I need.
Michigan Rental did not have one of those. That's why
That's
we
what
got
we went-
stuck with,
Yeah. we went
and
to
that's
get
where we
that.
have an account.
Yeah,
So it's kind of, and we're limited to go where we have an account unless I pay for it.
so you
So
can pay for it.
I could pay for it and get paid. I paid for the refrigerator. I'm getting paid back for that before I pay for anything.
But I
else.
mean, that's an option.
Yeah,
Because you guys did a heck of a job.
yeah. I know it is.
Really came clean.
Mhm. It looks
But-
better. It definitely looks
But you-
better.
How many 40 years of not having it done to it?
Mhm.
let's be honest, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's coming along.
Do we have permission to put up a flyer in the window? We have a DNR boating class the weekend after Memorial Day at a property owner's building from 8 to 3. It's free.
Lunch is served.
Free lunch we provide to people, but you get from the DNR, you get a boating card. I think we did ours in like 2014. I get like 10% discount on my boating insurance because of it.
Oh,
But it's a
But for
official,
15-year-olds and older.
So you just want to put up a poster
just put it like in the window.
I think that's a very
and advertise it? Yeah.
and
We do it every year.
Yeah.
Great
It's
idea.
always been like the second weekend of June, but this year because of manpower. It's gonna be Saturday the 30th. It's for like 8 to 3 in our building. Like I said, we buy lunch for whoever comes.
We don't get a choice on the date being our.
Yeah, they kind of tell us when it's gonna be, but,
May 30th, so now?
yeah. It's a real good course. It really is. They bring a boat out, bring a boat out for you to have hands-on, I mean, book work, you
And
get
you
all
get
this
your
stuff.
certificate right away, right there.
You have a test to pass at the end, which
And kids can take it.
any age kid,
Any age kid can take it,
parent has to be
but,
there.
and you have, if you're under,
15 or older, I think.
it used to be, I don't know if it's still, it's 15 with a state ID
Right.
or 16 with your driver's license is what you need to operate a wave runner in there.
But 11 above can take the
Can take the course.
They just,
You said it was free?
Yeah,
yes,
there's
sir.
no charge.
Our website, give me your email address, I can send.
Yeah,
you
the DNR officer comes out and conducts
You
it.
sign up online, and, I'll tell you, we usually pretty much, like now, I think we've got 6 people signed up. But once Memorial Day starts coming, people are there, and I just thought,
As you can tell by looking at the piers, not many people have thought about boating yet.
yeah.
yeah,
Not yours.
It's just something to offer,
Wait till the end of this week though.
it's official, so it's not like it's just somebody coming and doing it.
yeah, I think it sounds great. I should probably take it, but I'm too busy.
Yeah, we can put up a,
Okay,
Yeah,
I just wanted to ask permission to
Yep.
just.
yeah, it's fine.
the only other thing is just look at how good we're doing on our,
So you didn't do
so
financial.
this is,
The question you had about the two different,
okay, so
so I
the
talked
one
to
that
the,
I have,
talked to the IT guy. And
Well,
asked him what the difference
it's
is.
not the IT guy, it's the auditor.
Well, I know, but you're accessing the ledger
Yeah.
through our IT system and it's
No, it's
something different,
through Lao.
right?
I don't know if the IT guys actually work on Lao.
I don't know, but we should ask him why there's a difference.
So you think Stanley can fix this?
I think he can at least
I don't
maybe get an
know.
understanding as to why it's happening.
Fix that.
I keep being told that it has to go through the software company Lao itself.
Yeah, but he might be able to, I doubt either you guys or Michaeline is gonna be able to figure out what the difference is and why it's coming back different.
Yeah,
But
I
an
definitely,
IT person at least looking at it.
right. So when.
They might not be able to do it, but at least it's,
So you
Another
can
set of
see
eyes.
that Michaeline's version has like part-time work split up and all this stuff, but that's not what it looks like when I look at mine. But anyway, we are doing pretty good.
I guess it has something to do with credentials when you log into the system.
It wasn't like, it's something in, somebody fiddled with something and changed it. I don't know, but that's not what it was like last year.
Right.
So
It
it's
wasn't
nothing with my
last year?
access. No, there was no problem last year. Just this year.
It just seems like it's a credential thing.
Well, sometimes those are standalone programs, you have to go back to the company that, like say, if it was Microsoft's program, go
Mhm.
back to Microsoft and get help that way.
I think that's what's gonna have to happen, but I don't even know.
Cause IT themselves, they don't have a program, give them the stuff to do, but
Yeah,
programs themselves.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna have to go through Lao. But I just wanted to point out that we have officially brought in revenue more than we were, quite a bit more than we were appropriated to spend.
And it looked like at least the numbers at the start of the two were the same. Like the carryover from
Mhm.
last year, that started out the same, so there's something
Mhm.
happening within it. It's not catching everything that we're seeing coming in, I think.
And we still need to break.
That was
even
my
with
brief
the
look at it anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Yes,
So
sir.
another other business, is there any coordination been done for the golf cart registration? They used to do it out there every year. Are they doing it? Are they
No.
not doing it?
We
They
do
don't
it,
do it.
we know all about it, cause it.
Yeah, it's not the part where it's,
We.
That's like
used to
that
do
is.
it.
I know I went to the sheriff's department last year, but there was a period that there was a time that they were out there,
Here's
right?
the issue now is this, the sheriff department tried to change the hours to like a 8 to 4 thing, Monday through Friday. So I reached out to Jennifer and I said, if this doesn't work for people who are weekenders and things like that, you
Okay.
need to go back to 24/7, or I said, give us the stuff and we'll sell it at our 2 membership drives, which is like this coming Saturday and then early June. And so they're like, oh, we'll go back to 24/7. It's like, whatever you wanna do. So now you can go in there, but you have to have the form, exact change, copy of your insurance card, and you're in and out real fast.
Yeah, I went last year. I just didn't know if they were bringing it out like they have
But if
done.
you go after July 1st, it's gonna be an extra $50
No, they're not
if you
bringing it
were
out.
previous.
The quick answer is they're not bringing it out. You have to go to the.
You have to go.
Yeah, it's a lack of manpower, that's why they
Yeah,
don't call it.
yeah, that's why I asked it. It's the good for everybody around there that has a golf cart, right? They're gonna need to know that information, whether or not they're gonna do a local or they gotta go to sheriff.
See, our members, no,
Okay.
maybe, I don't know how to get you our.
Another flyer right next to in our one.
The flyers, all the golf cart ordinance, all the stuff's like on our website. And maybe what I can do is, give you the links, Amy, to put on yours. Cause it'll take you right to the sheriff's site, it takes you to the form, it takes you to the ordinance, if everybody wants to download the ordinance.
Yeah, the best like
They
property
even
owners.
have, they even have a street map of where you can drive and not drive, like no 10, but
Mhm.
I'm sure people still do it.
Every day.
Okay.
You know, I'll get her after.
All right. I think that's it.
Anything else?
Boy, I can talk a lot. I've been up to a lot.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. I hope that, you know, it's really. That's something.
Almost you guys like that. Okay, bye. Phone to the Lord.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Actually, I was gonna talk with them for a few minutes and then, I was gonna live out in the camper.
I gotta get Donnie before you leave.
Okay, okay, I'll be up there ASAP.
Amy, when's CBC?
Thanks, Rick.
Well,
It's
so-
important to see it all you do.
Sick
Huh?
or something.
I appreciate all you do. No, yeah. excuse me.
And.
I sure didn't. Involved to get accept. Proving this election. How do you know? Before, I mean.
Well, I'm gonna get
The stuff.
There's a thought of his today.
Just enjoy it.
That would be good. I.
And this logo's gonna go on it.
See, like our
Yeah.
website,
So.
We're gonna stop.
So you've been
Okay.
running for a long time too.
so like, I have something right here, and here,
Yeah.
it'll take you to the.
It makes it a lot easier when you're.
Is it-
You know, you just volunteer.
Oh, it's gas.
Yeah, when I started, we didn't even have a budget.